So let's talk about what's going on in our bodies during perimenopause. My name is Kathy, and I'm going to talk to you today about insulin resistance and perimenopause. For a lot of us, we are dealing with the belly fat gain that we've never experienced to this extent before, or it's just different. So today we're going to talk about what might be going on for you and answer some questions for you. Now, when we transition through perimenopause and then into the menopause years, we become more susceptible to insulin resistance. And that's because of the aging process, our metabolism that's slowing down, and then the changes that are happening in our hormones. So how does perimenopause impact insulin resistance? Well, it's a lot to do with the decline in our estrogen. The lower levels of estrogen that we move towards in perimenopause and then into menopause shifts how our body now stores fat. Fun stuff, right? During our younger years, we tend to put on fat around our thighs and our booty. That's where we store fat. Now, men, on the other hand, tend to put on the belly weight, the abdominal weight. Now, in perimenopause and menopause, that estrogen production that's shifting, it shifts the fat to now store in our belly, which, hello, that's what we're dealing with, right? And now also our internal organs. This change will increase the risk of insulin resistance, okay? Another factor is our decreasing metabolism, because once we hit our 40s and 50s, we start to experience an overall decline in our BMR, or our basal metabolic rate. That just means the minimum amount of energy that your body requires just to perform the internal functions that keep you alive. So if you were to just lay on the couch all day and do nothing, you still need some sort of calorie burn to keep your body alive. And that's where the BMR lies. But the decline, when it starts to drop, is thought to be mainly due to the loss of lean muscle mass that's happening after age 35 and 40 that we're experiencing with age. So some of the other issues and culprits might be an increase in how many calories we're eating, particularly with the refined carbs. Think like white sugars and cakes, cookies, quick breads, those type of things. A lack of exercise or a decline in exercise, systemic inflammation, stress, lack of sleep. Now, why this is a problem is because it increases our cortisol, which is a stress hormone, that lowers our leptin levels, which is the appetite regulating hormone, and it increases ghrelin, which I like to call gremlin. It's the hunger hormone. It makes you feel more hungry, and it doesn't tell you when you're not hungry anymore, so you keep eating. And it means that we might be more inclined to reach for snacks when we might not need them. And we're not really hungry for food. We're having the cravings. The appetite is the signals are all off, and we're responding to just grabbing what's nearby. Maybe some presence of other health conditions. This word is spelled wrong. Anyway, and then having a family history of type 2 diabetes and or a personal history of gestational diabetes. So what can you do? How do you reduce your risk? Well, first of all, I would suggest get tested just to know where you're at specifically. Reduce your intake of refined carbohydrates. That means choosing more whole grain, complex carbohydrates, things like brown rices, sprouted grains, things that are less processed, think less white sugars and white flours and more of the complex brown, healthier forms. Focus on eating a whole foods diet, more of the foods that come from nature, right? So you think your foods around the perimeter of your grocery store versus the aisles, choosing your dairies, your meats, your vegetables, your produce, things that are more natural. Move your body every single day. Doesn't matter exactly what you're doing in the beginning, just start by moving every single day and maintain a healthy body weight, really important. And then aim to reduce your stress levels and ensure that you're getting adequate sleep. And that's it, guys. That's basically just a little bit of an idea of where you might be struggling. Now, I know insulin resistance is something that we definitely need to be more mindful of as we're in this stage of perimenopause, going into menopause. And many of us can reduce the risk of health concerns through some simple dietary and lifestyle interventions, just like I talked about with you here today quickly. But if you need an extra hand and you want to implement some of these changes and you'd like to talk about how I can help or what we can offer for you, book a free strategy call. I offer this to everybody. It's a 15 to 20 minute call where we just dive deep into your goals, where you're struggling, and I give you a strategy plan absolutely free. If you don't want to work with us, that's fine, but I still give you the strategy. And you can book that at thesuperstarelite.com. You just scroll down to where it says book a call, and I'm more than happy to dive deep into what your goals are and help you have a starting plan. So until the next time, have a great rest of your day.